Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Erik. Erik is from Norway, so let's see what Erik has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Erik, how are you?
Hey, nice to meet you. How are you?
Nice to meet you too. I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
No problem.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
Today has just been a relaxing day, actually. I have been starting a new work place. I've been working a lot, and today is the first day off in 4 days, so kind of tired, but it's good.
So tell me, where are you from, Erik?
I'm from Norway in a small town called Namsos.
Interesting. How far are you from Oslo?
Ooh, from Namsos, it's like 10-hour drive. From where I'm staying right now, it's about a 12-hour drive.
Wow. So tell me something interesting about your city, about your town, something that stands out compared with other cities in Norway.
Um, right now, I'm located in Volda. It's where I study. It's a small town, about 8,000 people living here. And the only thing that's big that's happening here is the university. It's almost half of the population.
Okay.
And The cool thing about this area is probably the fjords and the mountains. It's kind of like the Alps of Norway in this region. So a lot of tourists come here to go on alpine skis and to go on trips in the mountains or swim in the fjord.
Amazing. And what do you do for work, for living?
Right now I'm a student, but I just got a little side gig as a elderly home caretaker.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what are you studying right now?
I'm studying media production.
Amazing. So tell me a little bit about your course. What are you enjoying so far?
Right now we're just starting. We're starting next week now, but so far in the course we've had a bunch of different things like documentary, different on-demand productions, and we've done music video, we have
Wow.
done radio shows, we've done a lot of different stuff. So it's a very broad course, so you can do basically whatever within media.
I see. And all your family are back in your hometown.
Yeah, they're back there.
I see. Okay, so before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Hmm. Maybe like my biggest hobby right now is I'm working out a lot, and I'm also doing like fjord swims, and I started that last year. So I'm posting on like TikTok and my store on Instagram where I'm just going out swimming basically.
Yes, actually, I made a note here about your swim journey. Actually, I've been watching some of your videos on TikTok, and it's very inspiring. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about this journey as well, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Erik, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Yeah.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box.
Thank you.
So I have here my best friend. Full of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now, just first to relax before the first question, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah.
Right, first question for you is, tell me something that your parents did that always comforted you.
Oh, that's a lot. I have probably the best parents in the world. They've done everything completely perfect. So I've always talked to my friends about me having zero problems during my childhood. But they have like different things they do to comfort me. My mom does one thing, my dad does another. Like my dad always um, makes sure that he says that he's proud of my achievements, while my mom maybe comforts me more when I'm feeling a little down that I'm good enough,
Right.
even though I'm not achieving what I'm maybe want to achieve. So they are good at comforting me on different specters in my life.
Okay, so let's say that they're watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message. What would you say?
That they're probably the best people that I know. My dad is one of my role models. Like, I don't know, a guy that's more handy than my dad. He can do everything from carpeting to electrical work. So, and
Wow.
my mom is the most, like, the nicest person ever. There's, I don't know anyone that has anything negative to say about my mom. So they're just awesome people.
Oh, sweet. And do you have siblings as well?
Yeah, I have one bigger brother.
I see. Okay. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Erik. Next question is, what bad habits we wish you could stop?
I am too good at procrastinating. I'm a huge procrastinator. Like, when it comes to, especially in school, I'm really good at working when I'm under a lot of pressure. So I kind of like try and get that pressure and wait until it's too much, and then I'll just go ham and work a lot. But I need to be better at working a little sporadically and like spread it out a little more. And yeah, procrastination is my kryptonite for sure.
And when you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being Erik? What do you like the most about being you?
Right now, I've moved in with my girlfriend. So we have just recently started living together, and that's probably the biggest blessing right now.
Oh,
We have done long distance for a long time while I was traveling in Australia on my exchange.
oh, wow.
So now we're uh, both under the same roof, and that's a big blessing right now.
Wow. And how did your path cross, if you can share?
She was an exchange student here in the small town where I study, and I was a buddy, which is a person that shows the new people around in town. And she
Okay.
was randomly enough in my group, so we just started talking there. We couldn't have any like romantic tone the first couple of weeks because of like the guidelines when being a buddy. So
Or,
after that was over, we started like hanging out, dating, and then I was really persistent and saying I don't want to be friends. I want Taga as my girlfriend. And then she was like, okay, I guess you're okay. So then we started dating.
oh, that's sweet. And she's from Norway as well?
No, she's from LA actually.
Oh my God, it's a long distance. My
Yeah,
goodness. Wow.
yeah.
Who fell in love first?
Hmm?
In your, who fell in love first between both of you? What do you think?
I think it happened pretty like at the same time, but she said I love you first because I was scared she wasn't gonna say it back.
Oh, that's sweet. Wow. So she was the one who expressed her emotions.
Yeah, she said it first because she was a little hard at first. Like, it was a little hard to get through to her. So I was scared that she wasn't gonna say I love you back, but I could have probably said I love you before she did. But I, of course, said it straight back because I felt the exact same. But I kind of like kept it a little cool, so I knew that she was gonna say it back because I didn't want to have that awkward moment where it's like I love you, and she's like, thank you. So.
What's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
Ooh, the biggest difference is probably I am not really a morning person, but
Mhm.
she's a huge morning person. Like, today it's a Saturday, and she woke up at 7. I slept in until 10, so she had like 3 hours where she was working on her courses and like doing stuff like that. Um, biggest difference is that, and the biggest similarity is probably we both really enjoy being active, and we
Mhm.
both like the gym, and I think that is really important because I spend a lot of time in the gym, and if she didn't have that same interest, she wouldn't probably understand why I spend so much time on it.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Erik. So before the next question, checking your profile on TikTok, yeah, it says there, sometimes I swim. And of course, it's a challenge that you've been taken and you've been, I'm sure inspiring people around the world with your swim. So tell me, my question for you is, tell me when the idea came along. When did you start this journey, and why? Why did you have this idea of swimming? Is swimming or just go in the water and spend some time there? Walk me through a little bit about the idea.
Yeah, it started actually after I was done with my exams last year, in after the spring semester,
Yeah,
and I still had like that exam stress inside my body, and I didn't know how to get rid of it. So I tried basically anything to get rid of that feeling, and then I was like, basically at the end, I didn't have any more options, and said like, damn, might as well just try and go swimming, because I've seen a lot of good things about cold plunging and swimming and the dopamine release and everything.
yeah.
I started doing that after maybe a week where I was swimming every day. The exam stress was gone.
Wow, wow. And how, do you do that every day?
For 6 months straight, so 183 days last year, I swam every single day, all the way from summer until December 23rd last year. And this year, I have a new challenge going on where I'm going to try and swim over 200 times during a 1 year period.
Amazing. Okay. Next question for you is, what do you think is a good age to start dating and why?
That is a very difficult question. I think when you are, of course, when you are loving yourself is maybe the most important part, because you can't really love anyone else before you love yourself. So when you have confidence within yourself and when you're ready to open up to another person, then that's definitely the time for you. And that varies from the age of 16 to 20. I'm 24 and I've been with my girlfriend for a year almost now. And she was my first love.
Wow.
So I don't know, late maybe, but I'm pretty sure that she's the one. So around my age is probably like a good time to find the person that is going to be your future forever partner.
And tell me, do you believe that there are different kinds of love?
Yeah, of course. I have a different love for my friend or my family members than I have for my girlfriend, for example.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it.
Love the dance moves.
Say again.
Love the dance moves.
Thank you. You can always join me.
Yeah.
Next question is, what is one movie you could watch over and over again?
Oof, I have a lot of favorite movies. Since I study media production, I like a lot of different movies, but there are a few that comes to mind. I'm a big Tom Hanks fan.
Mm-hmm.
So Castaway is a good movie that I've watched many times. Also Catch Me If You Can, because Leonardo DiCaprio is also in that one, so it's like a good combo with the two greatest. I also really like animated movies, so How to Train a Dragon the movies. They're also
Mm-hmm.
like based in like Viking ages in the Nordic times, so they kind of resonate with where I'm from, so I like those a lot.
Saying that, what are you enjoying the most about your course so far, and what has been the biggest challenge for you?
Oof. I really like capturing something on camera that looks good and it ends up in the final cut. Because I think a lot of people don't understand how much footage you're shooting for one project, and basically 90% of it will be scrapped. So when you find that really nice framing of something and it ends up in the final cut, is a really good feeling. Mm, Something negative is that sometimes you gotta do a project for a customer and not for yourself. And that can be very, very frustrating, especially when the customer has a horrible idea, but they're paying for it. So you just gotta do what the customer says, and that can be very frustrating and very annoying, but you gotta just put on your yes hat in this industry.
And of course, actually, I had a lovely man as well. He works the same field as you, and he mentioned the same thing as well. But at the same time as well, he said that sometimes when the client is open-minded and can work together, and when you get the final idea, combine both, that the best feeling.
Yeah, that is awesome. When the customer really trusts you as a a media producer, and really trust your process and trust that the end goal is going to be nice and let you kind of have some wiggle room is great.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Right, so before the next question, you mentioned at the beginning of the interview about your experience in Australia. So tell me when the opportunity came along and how did you enjoy your journey there?
The whole idea started with my brother. He went on a backpacking trip to Australia. He was there for like 6 7 months, and he talked so much nice words about the place, and I really wanted to go. And then my school has like a deal with Griffith University down in Gold Coast in Australia, and then I was like, yeah, I'll just apply for the stipend and just go, because Norway has a lot of good tools to get funding for trips like that. So you just get like a student loan, but it's a very good loan. So I just went.
How long were you there for?
I was there for about 6 months, a little less.
Okay. And did you stay in different cities or just one place?
I stayed for 4.5 months in the same dormitory to go
Okay.
to school. And that was in Gold Coast. And then my girlfriend came down to Australia with me. And then we went on a road trip. We went to Brisbane, up the Sunshine Coast, and the zoo there with Steve Irwin's family. And went on a road trip down from there and all the way to Sydney. And then we stopped by in Dubai for a little bit. And then we got back home to Norway.
What was the highlight of your time in Australia that you're never gonna forget?
Maybe the zoo, because I've never seen animals up close like that, and it was like a crocodile show with Robert Irwin, the Steve Irwin's son, and he was teasing the crocodile with like a piece of meat, and it like jumped out, and it was kind of crazy.
And what Australia taught you, like something that you're gonna take for your life, whatever, something like a life experience, something that you've learned there?
They're very accepting in Australia. You can probably be you can be whatever shape or size you want, and
Mhm.
you can be whoever you want to be, and you'll always find like a crowd that will accept you, especially around the big cities. They have like great like urban areas and everything.
Did you meet other Norwegian people by accident or not?
Yeah, I met one girl actually that lived on the same dormitories as me, but I kind of wanted to stay away from the Norwegians because I really wanted the full experience with the Australians. So, but yeah, it
Or
was very nice though.
amazing. Next question is, what 3 things are you most grateful for?
Oof, there's so many things to be grateful for. I'm gonna mention my girlfriend again because she really like inspires me in so many ways. As I was talking about, she's a morning person and she's really driven. She's like on top of her class in her course, and yeah, she has come from like LA, which is kind of going downhill right now. They have a bunch of challenges there, and she has faced a fair share of challenges over there, and she's really persevering through her challenges, and she really inspires me. So I'm really grateful for her, and I'm also really grateful for being in Norway. The Norwegian system and the public health care and all the systems around in Norway is so good. Even though Australia is awesome, I really got humbled by going there and seeing how good everything is back home. So I'm really grateful for that.
And the third one?
The third one, I really liked the work I just recently got. I had a job interview on Monday, and then I got started on training on Wednesday,
Wow.
and it's very rewarding to work with old people, and they're basically all of them so nice and so appreciative that you're helpful, and yeah, it really gives you a sense of purpose even though it's just a side gig. So it's I'm really glad I got that job.
I got goosebumps now what you just said, Eric, because I totally agree with you. I think, working or being around with elderly people, you just learn. You know what I mean? I'm sure, my God, I got goosebumps everywhere now because it's such a powerful opportunity actually. Because, I'm sure you're gonna be a totally different person, after you spend so many time with them. Because once somebody told me, if you feel depressed, if you feel like lost in your life for any reason, if you want to learn something, spend some time with a 5 years old kids or an 80-year-old person. You know what I mean? And trust me, you're gonna learn life lessons. And I totally agree because you will learn a lot of children. Be around children is just so genuine, and you learn a lot. And also at the same time as well with elderly people where they've got so much experience in their lives, and being around them is just a gift. You just learn a lot. So good for you. Well done. Amazing. Ready for another question?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Next question is, what was the last thing that made you smile genuinely?
Oof. I gotta bring my girlfriend up again because we recently had our 1 year meeting anniversary.
Wow.
And then we went and swam at the same spot we first hung out at. So we went and did that to kind of commemorate the whole situation. And then when we got back to our apartment, we had a good dinner and everything. And then she had a couple gifts for me. And one of them was concert tickets to my favorite band and a hotel stay during that weekend that the band is playing in Prague.
Oh, wow.
So I was hesitant to buying the tickets because they were really expensive. So I broke down in tears because it was really nice gift. I really appreciate experiences as gifts instead of materialistic stuff.
Totally.
And I've listened to it's 21 Pilots. So I've
Mm-hmm.
listened to them since way before they got really well known, like back in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So I've listened to them for 12 years now, and now I'm gonna be able to see them with my favorite person, and that really made me tear up. So yeah, it was awesome.
Wow. And where they're from, this band?
Where they're from?
Yeah.
They're American band. It's like a duo. It's the vocalist, the singer, and it's a drummer. So I think the vocalist does most of the producing, and yeah, they just make great music, both indie, little more like some rock-ish music, and some songs are also written about like really important topics like gun violence in America and stuff.
Amazing. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, Eric, of course, you mentioned about your country that you're very proud of your, being a Norwegian person, being from Norway. So tell me, I've been in Norway before. I've been a few years ago, and actually it was close to Christmas, so it was quite cold. I had a boyfriend at the time who his sister was living outside Oslo. I don't remember the city now, but I spent some time in Oslo as well, which was amazing. I remember as well visiting where they do the Winter Olympics. So they had the thing.
Lillehammer.
Yes, so I was like, oh my God, like seeing that in Rio, I was like, oh my goodness, how amazing to be here. My question for you is, people who would come to Norway for the first time, what places or they should visit or see something about the country that they shouldn't miss it? What's the postcard of Norway, in your opinion?
I think most people make the mistake going to Oslo. Oslo is not really like a good representation of what Norway is like. It's a little overpopulated right now, and it's a little dirty. So I would not recommend going to Oslo. I would much more recommend to go up north in
Okay.
Norway. And if you want to go into any big cities up north, you can go to like Trondheim, which is not that far up north. It's a really nice city. It has a really nice cathedral that is super old, that is built on top of a saint called Olaf the Saint. It's really nice architecture. If you want to go even further up to the Arctic Circle, you can go to Tromsø. It's very nice. And if you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to go to a big city and you just want to see nature, go to Lofoten. Lofoten is beautiful. I've not been, but I'm for sure going the next few years. I'm definitely going there. It's it's insane. The scenery and the mountains and the fjords. It's like a small little fishing village. It's
Yeah,
just absolutely beautiful. That's like postcard Norway.
I see. And what's the most traditional food there, in your opinion?
We have a bunch of different weird traditional food. One food that we have every year for Christmas dinner,
Okay.
is mutton. It's like very salty mutton, and we call it stick meat in if you translate the Norwegian word, because it's the ribs and you eat it from the ribs, and it's like a stick, and also you steam it with pine wood. So
Mm-hmm.
you go out and get pine and you steam it. So you get kind of like a little woody the stick flavor in the meat. Also, one thing is lutefisk, which is dried cod that is then hydrated again,
Oh,
and it
wow.
gets like really like lucid in the texture, and you eat it with syrup, bacon, and a lot of different other toppings. So that those are maybe not the best for all people. Like my girlfriend does not really like the cod, no the mutton, and I don't think she'll like the cod either. But I think it's good and it's tradition. So
Actually, just made me think, remember two things now. That cod is very popular there, yeah, in Norway, cod, because I lived in Portugal before, and cod in Portugal is very popular as well. Other thing as well, when I was in Oslo, I mean, outside, there was like a place where they had some statues of like naked people, or the different statues. I don't remember the place where was it, but it was quite famous there. I've got so many pictures there.
yeah, Vigelandsparken.
I see this one, I think, yes. Okay. Next question is, what is the nicest thing a family member has ever done for you?
Wow, that is a very difficult question. The I have a great family, and we're all very close in our family. Like we've been on trips with the whole family a couple of times, where like 13 to 15 people go
Wow.
on a trip together, and that is so fun. That is so fun. But a specific thing, hmm.
Something that's, yep, sorry.
Yeah, I was going through like a some mental health battles, like a winter with winter depression, and my mom and dad was very very concerned, and they were, yeah, always there for me and made sure that I was loved and needed and all that. So I think all the small little comments that mom and dad made during that whole thing was really really meaningful to me. So I really appreciate them for that.
Amazing. I can see all your family now watching this interview and smiling after those beautiful words. Two questions left. Let's do it. You like dancing, Eric?
Yeah, I did dancing for a bit when I was younger, actually.
Oh, like as professional or just at school?
I was like in a group, and we had a teacher. It was called boys dancing, so it was basically like hip hop, break dance, and everything like that. And I did popping a little bit too, which is like robot dancing.
Amazing. Next question is, do you think your priorities have changed since you were younger?
Definitely, absolutely, they have.
Tell me why and how.
I for a long time, since we have family, like 2 hours drive from where I live back home, and for a long time I was like, I'll just stay back home because then I'll have the home for my house for myself, and then I can invite friends over and yada yada yada. But now I enjoy every single time we go there to see the family. I like family has been increasingly important to me the older I've gotten, and to be in touch with my family and to talk to them, like my grandpa and my basta, which is my grandma on my dad's side. It's really important for me to keep in touch with them. And now Basta, she's on Snapchat right now, so that's great. Can send her some snaps. So I really, really, really appreciate family, and that has changed a lot, especially after turning like 22, 23. That has really made a big shift.
Well, it's so fascinating to see, Erik, your connection with your family and how you appreciate that, and you are so grateful for that. I think it's amazing nowadays. For different reasons, people they get just detached from their family. You know what I mean? And it's okay. I think it's sometimes life. It's just a direction that sometimes it's not even something that you wanted. It just happened. Yeah. But it's fascinating to see someone so young like you and still get this connection with your family, even though you've been away from like Australia, you've been exploring different places, and I can feel that you still have this strong bond with family. I think it's amazing to see. Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very important to me.
Last question. Ready? Let's do it. How do I say last question in Norwegian?
Siste spørsmål.
Sista spørsmål.
Yeah.
Let's do it. For the next question, back to your swim journey. Tell me a funny situation or a day that you were in the middle of your challenge and you thought, okay, I don't feel like doing it, or anything happened, or something changed your mind, or maybe an event happened, something that through this journey that you remember that it was something that it almost changed you, but kind of perseverance, you did it. And the other part of the question is, what this journey have taught you so far of swimming?
I have a couple different happenings or events with that. Like, of course, there's been tons of times I didn't want to go swimming. There's been tons of times I procrastinated swimming, where I was like, oh, I don't want to swim. And then the time is like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, damn, I haven't swam today. Oh, I need to go and swim. So that has happened a bunch of times. One time it was pretty funny, or a couple actually. One time I forgot my swim trunks.
Ooh.
And I was at the swimming spot. It was winter. I'd walked down there with my girlfriend, and it was like so windy. It was basically a storm. The waves were so high. And I was like, you know what? I'll just go in and make the best out of it. So I went in with no trunks. It was absolutely horrible. But when I was done, I'd done it. And another time, I usually do this head dunk after I'm done swimming, where I just dive under, hold my breath, and just stay there for a little bit. And that is meant to like really increase the benefits of the swimming. And one time I was going to do that, and then I was holding in some like rock formation steps, and in between the steps was a crab who pinched my finger. So.
And what has this journey of swimming have taught you so far, this experience in your life?
When you're in the water and you look up at the mountains, the clouds, like the scenery around you, you feel really like not unimportant, but you're so little in the whole like big scheme of things.
Yeah.
So it really have taught me to just take a breather and relax when I'm really stressed, because like it'll pass, and if it doesn't pass, then you'll work it out. And to basically relax a little more, be more patient. Yeah.
Okay. Last question for you is, this is a tough question now. If your plane was going down and you could call just one person to say goodbye, which person that would be? This tough.
I think I would probably call my dad, because my dad is very like pragmatic, and he is very a calm person in situations like that. And I would tell him to spread my last words to the people around me that I love, and made sure that he knew what I was thinking in the moment and who I was thinking about, and that he spread out my last words to the people around me. Because he's a very important person in my life.
Amazing. Good. Okay, so the yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's start with money.
Work.
Fear.
Hmm. I don't really fear. Yeah, that's difficult. Maybe horror movie.
Cheeky. One word for family.
Big.
Okay. Life.
Present.
Love.
Intimate.
Religion.
Open-minded.
Sex.
Beautiful.
Politics.
Complicated.
Friendship.
Needed.
Desire.
Problematic.
Can be regrets.
Never.
Success.
Difficult.
Wish.
I'll take long life in one word.
Okay. Happiness.
Swimming.
One word for Australia.
Oh. Inviting.
What's the name of your hometown again?
Volda.
One word for Volda.
I can't give you one word, but they have a saying for people that have been to Volda, and that is the place you'll never forget.
Wow, beautiful. One word for Norway.
Safe.
Interesting. And the last one now, swimming. One word.
Peace.
Beautiful. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your girlfriend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, what is the most beautiful thing about Erik? And I would ask her as well, what's something that he still needs to work on to improve on? What she would say?
We can take the work on first. She would probably say that I always think about the situation as if I was the other person, and then I put expectations on the other person because I will do it that way. And that can cause some problems because I can't put expectations on people without them knowing my expectations at all, because then I'll just end up being disappointed every single time. So I need to work on that. My best qualities, maybe that I'm pretty patient. It's gonna take a lot for me to get like put over the edge with my patience. The only thing maybe is if I'm hungry, maybe. But yeah, I'm pretty patient.
What's your star sign in astrology?
Is it Taurus, I think?
April, May?
Late April.
It's April, okay. And if I would ask the same question to your dad, would be the same answer?
No, I don't think so.
What do you think he would say?
I think my dad would probably say that it's kind of annoying that everything Erik touches, he becomes pretty good at.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing.
I have had an interest in like trying basically everything, and most of the things I try, I succeed at.
Amazing.
So,
Wow,
maybe on work, what I need to work on. When it comes to my patience, I sometimes have some impatience when it comes to, like, say, working for something, and that is, again, setting expectations. And then I don't reach the expectations I have when I'm working on it. I can work for a long time, no problem, but then it gets to different expectations, and then I get really disappointed. So that happened, for example, in Australia. I got super disappointed the first week because it didn't meet my expectations. Then I called back home and they comforted me, and then it went okay.
And what was your expectations about Australia that you were disappointed?
Like the ads for the accommodation that I rented was not really the same, so I kind of got a little catfished.
I
Uh,
see.
but it ended up working out well. So
Yes, I think it's interesting saying that about expectation because I think just the fact that you know already is already halfway of the journey of improvement. You know what I mean? I think when we realize when we know it, but I understand your point. You know, it comes from a good place. I think you know it's just you this kind of expectation. It's just I think when you are very enthusiastic about something, when you want something, it's normal to get this expectation from. So I understand your point for sure. Right, so let's play now Erik in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it. Let me see you dancing like a robo, like you did before. Show me. Amazing. Right, so before you ask him the question, tell me what's your favorite Norwegian word?
I think the word fjord is very nice. It is the Norwegian word for fjord.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's just really, at least the areas of Norway I've been, I've really resonated with the fjords and I like being on the water. So the word fjord is such a nice word, and also the way it sounds.
It's all connected with water for you. You have this amazing connection with water, which is it's interesting. Okay, you can ask me a question now.
Um, let's see. If you had only 3 people to spend your last day on Earth with, who would you choose?
My God, wow. Over 1,000 people on the show. Nobody asked me this question. You know, this way, amazing. The first person that came to my mind right now is my mom. Yeah, I think my connection with my mom. When you're talking about your dad, I could picture myself in my mom. It's you know, those connections that you have that it comes from other lives. You know, it's such a strong bond that I couldn't see myself like connect with any other part the way we are connected. You know, it's something there in the air between us that she meant to be my mom and I meant to be her son because there is this beautiful connection. My best friend who lives in Canada, he lives in Montreal, is the first person that came to my mind now. Um, Tough, but okay. His son is my godson. Yeah, his son is my godson, Gabriel. He's 4 years old, gonna be 5 now in October. And I think, you know, those people, they're very important for me. Yeah, I think those people, they meant to be in my life, they meant to cross my path, and I'm so grateful for them because, you know, it's I can be my true self. You know what I mean? They know when they look at me, even if I don't say anything, they know what's going on. They can tell me off if they need to, and I'll take it. So I think those 3 people I would be very, very happy about for sure. Good question.
Good answer.
Did you enjoy the interview, Erik?
Yeah, it was awesome. I really liked it.
Thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks again for being so sweet and accepting my invitation. Good luck with your swimming. I think it's very inspiring. I'm sure people around the world watching your videos, you know, seeing you just, you know, go in this challenge. I think people connect with, you know, I think people like to see that when someone is determined to do something. And also, I literally got touched by your connection with your family. You know, it's amazing to see again, I'm going to repeat again, see someone so connected and express and grateful and gratitude. I think it's beautiful to see because nowadays with the world we live right now, again, people that are more, you know, going different directions. And I think, again, it's inspired to see someone still with this beautiful bond with your family. So thank you so much for the interview. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I have a quote which I really, really like and I live by, and that is if you have something that you're stressing about right now, is it important in 5 years? If it's not important, then don't worry about it.
Leave on the sides. It's just a moment. It's just a situation happening right now. Thanks so much, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show, okay? Regards to your girlfriend. Take care, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.